Hey, that is some positive vibrations are coming right your way, and it is a very good morning. Sorry, it is a very beautiful Monday morning, everyone. Karibuni sana. This is the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. They say, asiyekuwapo na lake halipo. Exactly. That is some Swahili saying that says that asiyekuwapo na lake, asiyekuwapo actually na lake halipo. Let me just get to refer that one a little bit, but of course it is asiyekuwapo na lake halipo. If that is if you're not there, and maybe let me give this example in this context, that perhaps you are in a family and they are dividing maybe the land, or they are dividing some properties, and you've been too busy, caught up in the city life, and you don't want to go, get to visit the rural places. Trust me, if your princess is not there, you are definitely going to miss a lot of things. That is why they say, asiyekuwapo na lake halipo. My name is Calmie, and it is a very sunny Monday morning right here, and we are on the 15th of February, folks. Let's just breathe a little bit, because I couldn't just withstand all the pressure that social media was giving me over the weekend. But here I am. I spent my weekend doing movies and doing some little bit of a pedicure. Trust me, some of that the get to, of course, cheer up your day. I do not know how you actually did get to spend your weekend. As for me, I've just told you it was a movie and some little bit of a pedicure and a manicure, and I just felt so good. But nevertheless, karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And of course, you can get to log in by simply doing by simply logging onto www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed and get I can proceed, of course, and get that is to like some of the videos. You can get to share some of these videos. You can get to watch some of these videos. Also, watching, liking, and sharing. It's all the same. Trust me, there's a lot of information that you are missing. You can also get to read some of the blogs. You can get to enjoy some of the music that gets, of course, to play right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. It is a little bit hot here in Nairobi. Trust me, it's very, very hot here. But we'll get to cope on well. I think the rains have disappeared for a moment, but then again, it just I can't tell about that. And I am super excited to interact with you. They say that do not let a day of the week to ruin your moods. Let me repeat that. Do not let any day of the week to ruin your moods, because at the end of the day, you owe yourself some positive vibration, irrespective of how the situation is. And also to remind the family that we will be having the Tanzania tour. I just the other day I was telling you that you might think that it is far away. It is not far away. Clock is ticking. We are almost there. And like I've told you, this is the 15th of February, just the next month, and it's a wrap for us. We'll be going to toward Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar to be precise. That is in Tanzania. And that is why I'm telling you that you can simply get more of this information by contacting Keith. He will give you a way forward in regards to this. And just to continue more on that, is that there's a lot of activities you can simply do while you are in Tanzania. Apart from getting to understand the culture of the people, there's no curfew. You are going to a place whereby there's no curfew. You're going to a place whereby the wearing of the masks is actually a crime. So it is you and yourself. It is you and yourself to go party, have all that fun that you have been craving for, and that is what we are simply. That is what we are simply offering here at the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Do not wait until when we are there and then you get to feel a little bit sad for the pictures that you'll be posting, because this time around, it is simply going to be a wrap. And let me just get to remind you something else as we get to proceed with the show. Remember, today being on a Monday, I'll definitely give you some updates on what is happening in different African countries before we get to talk about what is happening in the entertainment industry. I mean, just the other day, I was watching a very disturbing video. This is one famous actor. I have been looking into him. This does not only affect actors, but also actresses, different people in the entertainment industry, that they live on a daily basis lying to us on social media. They go ahead as even getting loans and not paying back these loans because the pressure that the social media is giving them. They want to show people that irrespective of them being behind the scenes, they still got that money. I mean, just because I appeared on television for a few shows, it does not mean that I have already bagged in some money. And I think it is high time that we just stop giving ourselves all this pressure. I think it is high time that we just get to simmer down a little bit and get to leave you. If you have, well and good. If you do not have, keep going out there and hustling. So that is the topic of the day. And it is all about the entertainment industry. The question is, what next? For the actors and actresses, for all the individuals in the entertainment industry. Trust me, it is going to be a very interesting topic. And as we'll get to proceed with the show, I'll simply get to share some videos with you. But before that, let me just remind us on the healthy part, considering that I know all of you had of course your own resolution. Of course you had your own resolutions this year, but then again, in terms of health, in terms of saving and things like that. But if you're wondering what people are doing to glow that much, if you're wondering why people are not, of course, constantly visiting the hospitals, here is the trick. So recently, I got to see that camel milk is the way forward. Personally, the first time I tried it back then when I was, a kid, and I remember living with my aunt for some time, like going to visit her, and it was served on the evening after you finished your ugali. You have, of course, to drown it down with some milk. And we were served this milk, and most of the time I'll pretend that I'm going outside and get to pour it. Because as for me, I just, it is a little bit pinkish in color. And that is how it was served. Maybe they mix it with something. It was a little bit a pinkish, and to me it had just some little bit weird taste. I have not tried it recently, but I think I'll have to try it, because that might have been a childhood fear for me. So nowadays, people are avoiding to go to the that is to the chemist to buy all of these pills for vitamin C, for vitamin B, and things like that. They are going back to what agriculture gets to offer us. And if you recall some time on the show, Keith had told us that agriculture is the way forward for Africa. Agriculture is the new richness that many people have not opened their eyes to. Every time I get to walk around, I get to see that people get to sell camel soup. Also has its own benefits. A camel milk, that is camel meat. I've tried it. I've tried it in some Swahili restaurant. Well, it wasn't that bad. I've tried some pilau with camel meat. It wasn't bad. But for the milk, you have, of course, tried goat milk, cow milk, but there is a lot of benefits in terms of camel milk. In that it has, of course, a lower fat. So for those who are trying actually to like balance their weight, and most of the time you get to walk into a store, the first thing will just get to pick any milk. I know camel milk hasn't really made itself, of course, on the shelves, and it's quite hard to actually come by this because not many people would go ahead and prefer it. But if you want something that has low fats, camel milk is the way forward for you. If you want something that has more vitamin C, more vitamin B, camel milk is the solution for you. I know most of you are in the diaspora, and at sometimes it is hard for you actually to like come by this. Here in Africa, you can't get this. I've seen camel butcheries, of course, are being opened. Yes, you can't get their products. I know in your country it's quite hard, but perhaps if you can try online, you can get them. It has low fat. It offers you a lot of vitamin C, a lot of vitamin B. So most of the time, due to the GMO, due to the rise of the GMO in what you consume, you can try something that is very natural, that is a camel milk, in terms of you getting those vitamin C and vitamin B. It is also known to be rich in calcium, to be rich in iron, and potassium. So there you go. If you are watching your weight, if you want a lot of iron, perhaps you might be battling with an issue with a low iron in your body, an issue with weak bones in your body, camel milk is the solution for you. Remember, guys, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackwood Fire Network. And on this particular show, we will be taking a look at what's next in the entertainment industry. But earlier on, I was just briefing you on what is happening in terms of your health. Remember, your health is your wealth. And that is why we are worrying that as to why some people actually do have a lot of money. But as they keep on growing, the country realize that they're spending most of this money in the hospitals because of the type of lifestyle that they did choose. For example, as for me, I might take this lightly because I'm like, I'm young, nothing is going to happen to me. This actually gets to happen to mature people. Let me tell you, it is not all about age. It is all about how actually you are building your future by just living the healthy way. This is the Calmie African Diary Show, and we are taking a short a musical break. But when we will be back, I'll tell you what is really happening in Uganda. I mean, I'm shook by what is happening in Uganda. But before that, let me know your views regarding the topic of the day. And this is the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And I do believe, or rather, I'm just being on the positive. Aside here that your morning is starting out quite okay, considering that this is the time that a majority of you are actually waking up and going to work. You need to start your day with some positive vibrations. You need, if you didn't achieve something last week, remember, new week, new opportunities for you, or rather, new week, more reason for you to go out there and hustle hard. We're taking a short musical break, the Calmie African Diary Show, right here on the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Welcome back to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And of course, I do trust that, okay, my internet is buffering a little bit, but let me just, all right. Here we are, of course, back live. Welcome back to welcome back to the, all right. I think I'm welcome back to the Calmie African Diary Show. Sorry for that, a slight technical hitch, but we are back. Big Cheese, good morning. And you say the internet acting strange. Yes, earlier on it was acting a little bit strange, but we are back, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network. I think maybe it's because he did get to mention some little bit of 70. But Big Cheese, good morning, and I hope you are doing okay, or rather your Monday morning is turning quite okay. Let's take a look at what is happening in Uganda. So before I even get to comment on that, I just logged into onto Museveni's wife, of course, Museveni's that is wife's Twitter page, and I was shocked by how, of course, she gets to use religion. That she actually went ahead and on her page she has written it in bold that I'm referring to Janet Kata Museveni. On her Twitter handle, she has actually written in bold, a Christian and a mother of the Ugandan nation. I mean, those are two words that are actually being misused there. Because I do not understand as to why, if you are the wife, they say that behind a strong man, something like that, behind a strong man, there has to be that lady actually who is there to govern him. And seems like the wife isn't doing anything at all. She isn't doing anything at all, because if at all, Jeanette should have always, advised her husband on some of the things, on some of the vices that he does for the people of Uganda. We are fighting for justice right now in Uganda. Remember the election that did take place early this year. I'm talking about January. Things are not okay in Uganda. And I'm talking about the disappearances of individuals, of opposition leaders, of anyone who was rallying against Museveni. We have we were just eradicating the likes of Idi Amin's regime, but here we are back having our own Museveni, who has been clinging to power since 1986, and he thinks that to silence the people, it is all about having the military. Yeah, of course, that one is true. But then again, some people are disappearing in Uganda. Some people are being killed. It is alleged, of course, but this is coming right from Uganda. And as we all know, politics is a dirty game. Museveni has come forward, and he's saying that people should forget what foreigners are saying. People should forget what the media is saying, because all this is just an attack towards him. We know how politics runs. We know how whenever a leader has mess, they'll try come about with a way that will not taint their image. And I'm just wondering, Uganda had elections that were meant to be free and fair. And of course, these elections were not anything near to that, because we did get to witness people being arrested, people being beaten in Uganda, just because they were exercising their rights. So right now, Museveni is yet to address the nation. I'm eagerly waiting for that, to see all the types of a PR he'll come about with. And let me tell you, the African Union, I've been wondering the role that this African Union is doing. If anything, they're just bugging in money. I did not want to talk about anything political today, but because our brothers are silently hurting. You can't imagine if someone was the breadwinner for the family and they have gone disappearing. They have gone missing, only for some of them to be found dead. And Museveni proudly comes on open television and says it is not his doing. We knew that Museveni actually bought commandos from Somalia. Remember, this is an election, but because the word free and fair does not exist in Museveni's world, he went ahead and bought commandos from Somalia. And there was even a situation, or rather a scenario, sad scenario, whereby there was this heavily expectant lady, because she was at 6 months, just going ahead, going on with her cause. And because she was wearing a red dress, they assumed she was supporting Bobby Wine. I mean, if it's politics, I believe I have the right to support to whichever candidate I prefer. So this lady was beaten, and as a result, she really bled, and now she is the late. I think it is high time that Ugandans, I'm not trying to incite anyone, but I'm trying to make this as, to just remind our people in Uganda that it is high time you stand for your rights. Because take a look at what Buhari has done in Nigeria. The pride of Nigeria is slowly going down to its knees, because we do have these leaders paying rebels, and of course paying them and giving them amnesty to go ahead and cause as much chaos to the people. Sometime back we were talking about one Dominic, who was in this of course in this rebel group in Rwanda. And we've seen how he had tortured people, captured kids. This has been Adam Museveni's eye since 1986. This is a group that started early in the 90s. And you want to tell me Museveni didn't know anything about this? But anyway, just to say that, in regards to what Museveni had to say in terms of bringing about commandos from Somalia, he said, "We bought a distinguished commando unit from Somalia, which had also destroyed ADF. This commando group quickly defeated the terrorists who wanted to disturb elections. They killed some and arrested some of these terrorists. I mean, this is according to Museveni. Museveni is playing fall on the people. And let me tell you, if Bobby Wine wasn't, I mean, if the media was not, setting all its cameras towards Bobby Wine, I think Bobby Wine right now would have disappeared. I mean, we saw the situation that was in Uganda. But then again, let me just hope that this situation whereby leaders get to take power in their own hands, that it is going to change. That people will have to wake up and get to realize that they are meant for a better. Instead of having all these leaders controlling resources, instead of having all these leaders trying to take everything to themselves. This is the Calmie African Diary Show. And of course, remember you are tuned into the Black Hot Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And to those who are, of course, running their errands, I do understand that for majority of you, this is the time that you have started your day. We really appreciate that. And of course, keep pressing. And for those who have missed the show as well, you can simply get to watch the show right there on YouTube by simply logging on to www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed and watch some of these videos. You can get to like and share some of these videos. You can also subscribe to the channel. And still on that, you can proceed. You can of course proceed and get, that is, you can get to support the stream. We really appreciate that at Cash App, Mr. Blackwood Fire Network, and you can get to donate at www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. And once more, I'll love to remind us that we do have the Dar es Salaam, that is the Tanzanian tour, all the way to Dar es Salaam, all the way to Zanzibar, right here on on the Blackwood Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And of course, today on this particular show, we are just updating you on what is happening in different African countries. Let us hope that Uganda would not face the same situation that Nigeria is facing, in that they do not get to understand justice at all. Moving on from that, let's venture into the topic of the day. And of course, today it is in terms of entertainment. Today, just didn't want to really focus more on politics. Politics is never my cup of tea. As much as we are all about that is highlighting some of the vices that do get to happen in our society. Because at the end of the day, people have realized that all these politics, it is all about people benefiting themselves. It's more like a game. Who wins, who continues to stay strong. Now, I do understand that you all have some artists that you get to look into. You all do have some celebrities that you actually do get to look into. And sometimes, you get to follow them on different social media platforms. You love how they dress, you love how they live, you love how, they seem like they never go broke. I mean, going broke, it's normal. Don't talk about misusing of funds, because sometimes you can't get to save these funds, only for you to realize that maybe you end up becoming sick, or maybe you do have a situation at home that really needs that money. So definitely you can't watch someone dying because they're just trying to bank that money. You need to come about and help them. That is one situation. To some point, it gets to lead you broke. But here I'm talking about celebrities who have been on, whom we have actually been watching on televisions, maybe growing up, or we still get to, look into them. We just see like they are everything. Some of them have still maintained that limelight, even after acting, even after, you can't be on a social media. I mean, you can't be on the acting industry for the longest time possible, because on a daily basis, new talent comes. Now, here is the question. We have been blaming the government that, the African government isn't doing a lot in terms of ensuring that, all these actors, actresses, artists, different artists, just to name, that the government does not get to look after them after they have retired. We do have the likes of some of them. They are the late, of course, are in different African countries. I do not want to mention them, because perhaps you might not understand them, know them. And also, I wouldn't love to share their images, because some of them, they are the late. But I'll just love to give it as this way. You have been acting, it is you are supposed, to like save your money during your glory days, because your glory days will not last forever. This does not only go to all those in the entertainment industry, but this one also goes to you and me, because the glory days will be over sometime. And people now, when you are maybe are retiring, they'll be like, you have been, in the industry for quite a long time. Where is your money at? I mean, we need to see your fruits. And for some, it has dropped them into depression. We have been talking about how the rise in depression has been, especially here in Africa. I also do understand that in your different African countries, you also do get to be affected by this. Here's one story of one famous actor whom I grew up watching back then in some comedy show. He has a lot of money to a point of even divorcing his first wife, and of course his first wife. They did have two wonderful kids, and because he had all the money, and because although that a celebrity had really gotten into him, and he felt like he could do anything. So the wife was divorced. She was left out there in the streets to beg to sustain her family, that is her kids, to beg and put food on the table, while the man that she married before he became a celebrity is out there partying with his newly wife. And let me tell you, they say that karma, I just not want to talk about karma, but of course, karma is there. And let me tell you, today it's me, tomorrow it's you. So of course the wife has suffered. She tried, to take the case to the court, but because she did not have, the funds like pay a lawyer, the case was dismissed. And which lawyer would want to waste at their time on a case that they will not definitely benefit? So to cut the long story short, the wife, I think, until now she's still suffering, and because they say that what goes around comes around. Right now, it is the time for the husband to really pay for his sins, if I may use the word sins, because right now his acting career is done. All that time that he was parting with his newlywed wife, I think it is over. And as a result, we are actually seeing him begging right now in the streets. But then again, he has even come about. He's trying to appeal for other celebrities to like contribute to him. Yes, it is a sad and touching story. But when you had all this money, what did you do with it? Instead, you chose to abandon your family because you felt like you did have more. Well, it is all about entertainment. It is all about what's next for these celebrities. And I just want to go against this emotion that keeps on saying, oh, the government has neglected Kenyan celebrities. Oh, the government gets to misuse our celebrities and get to damn them. Okay, yes, our African government isn't really doing enough in terms of our celebrities, that is, in terms of in the entertainment industry. But then again, the government is the people. They are also trying to do their best to fend for their families. So you cannot just sit there because you are behind the screens. You are just representing the country way good. You do not expect the same government to like be on the lookout to you. It has a lot of its problems. It has a debt that it has also taken. So they also have to do something, to like fend for themselves. So I want to, I'm just against this notion that the government should have done this and this and that. No, I believe it is all about you as an individual saving for the future, bargaining for the future, because at the end of the day, you'll have kids are growing. At the end of the day, you'll have some, you'll definitely want to retire of course, you'll definitely want to retire and enjoy your money rather than being the laughing stock of the community. And it is all about entertainment today. It is all about how are you saving. Of course, it starts with you saving. It starts by you saving, just a coin. It starts by you saving that $10, that $1, and eventually it will become more than that $1 that you were saving. Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't want to be in a situation whereby you are bankrupt. You wouldn't want to be in a situation whereby you have borrowed a lot of loans. For example, the likes of Mike Tyson. I believe Mike Tyson, the famous boxer. This is one guy who is actually known by a lot of people, but because of course he wants because he wants, to like make live that a fake life, because he want to live that fake life on social media to remind the people that he still got the money. He has gotten himself indebted, sorry, in a lot of course he has a lot of debts. Just that is just what I meant to say. And this is one guy, in terms of the millions that he bagged in during his heydays. He's got a lot of money, but because you are a celebrity, because you think that I need to buy all this expensive stuff, I need to like show people that I can buy an expensive stuff and still get to live comfortably. Then you get not to you get not to like save for the future. And trust me, today it's you shining. Tomorrow it is of course tomorrow it is someone else shining. So of course the government will not be just there watching out for you over and over. And this is just to remind us all that today being on a Monday, as you get to wake up and as you get to go out there and chase that paper, remember to save that coin, remember to save that dollar. Let me not talk about coins, because a majority of you, I do understand, you get to deal with dollars. You got to of course save that money. It is all about um saving up. It is all about knowing that the future is not guaranteed at all, irrespective of how you really that is irrespective of how strong you are, irrespective of how that is the influence that you did have on social media. That is all about entertainment. Let's just take a look at this before we get to venture into other updates coming right away from Africa. Of course, you can take a look at him. Then, yes, he had money. This is now. Things are rather quite different, as much as he's trying to make a comeback. But let me tell you, it is all about what you gotta do. It is all about what you gotta save to still maintain that type of lifestyle. And also, before you get to spend, ask yourself, is it really worth it? And who really do you want to, of course, whom do you really want, to like show that you are still living the life? But then again, it is all about you. You might get to flex on Instagram, on social media, only for you to realize that tomorrow is not guaranteed for you. And that is just all about Michael Tyson. But then again, let's take a short musical break. But we'll be back to just wind up the show. We are having a little bit hitch with electricity. We are having a little bit hitch with electricity. But then again, do bear with us. This is the Calmie African Diary Show, and of course, it is March over July. Let's take a short musical break before you do get to wind up the show.